This is a Mining Interactive video production.
Good afternoon. This is Nicolaas on behalf of Mining Interactive. And we're here today with Andreas Schmidt. I've known Andreas for many years. He is the publisher of the German small cap magazine. Welcome, Andreas.
Hello.
It's nice to have you here today. And let's cut right to the chase and let me ask you, what is the concept of your magazine? And secondly, what kind of shares or stock you cover in the magazine?
Yeah, as the name says, small cap magazine, we cover the small cap stocks around the world, also in Germany and also in Canada and US. And the concept is that we have a big part of the magazine with fact sheets with detailed information about all the companies.
Right now, I understand those are all small cap companies under 500 million euro kind of a thing.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
The small cap, it's about under 500 million.
Under 500.
Yeah.
So what do you offer the resource sector and mining and exploration companies in general in your magazine?
Yeah, we have a lot of resource companies there in the fact sheet, and also in the editorial stuff we have probably 50% at the moment about resource companies or commodities.
Oh, that's very interesting.
So it's a huge part now.
Yeah, absolutely. So what kind of added value does your small cap magazine add to the benefit for the German investors?
Yeah, the idea, because we have all the primary research from these companies, we have the fact sheet, and we have a list in the magazine where investor can see exactly the market cap of each company, also the valuation of the resources and the reserves, and also the resources compared to the stock price.
Right, so I understand that when you're doing that for instance, a company you mentioned to me the other day, the company like Sabina Silver has resources.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 120 euro is the worth of the resources, and the stock price is €1.20. So the resources worth is 100 times.
Wow, so that's a tremendous value.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that the stock should go up 100 times, but normally you say in this statute it could be 5% or 10%.
Yeah, so it's undervalued.
Yeah, it's
undervalued. Yeah. So, but do the German investors in general understand how to evaluate those resource stocks?
The retail investor, they just bought in the last years on some news or some stories, and they really don't know if a company has some resources or in which political area they are working. So that's the problem right now.
Right. We both agree that it is important for investors to know the management of a company and know the company much more in detail and not just buy on stories. Don't you agree?
Yes, that's right. So we have a lot of educational stuff in our magazine, and we also have all the information in our fact sheets, which categories of resources the company have. So if they have proven, indicated, inferred, and so we have a very detailed overview.
Which is absolutely very important to investors, that kind of knowledge. And but on another subject, how big is the market in Germany for investments in the resource sector and the commodity sector?
So the commodity sector is now a full established investment asset class in Germany. There are probably 20 to 30 billion euros in this market. It mainly invests by the certificates, and also the whole market was driven by the certificates and by the big banks. They promoted the certificates.
20 billion euro in the commodity sector, that is significant, Andreas. And what is the potential of this large amount of euros to directly invest in the resource and exploration stocks, for instance?
So I think at the moment there are probably 1 billion invested in stocks directly, and probably there was burned half a billion or 1 billion in the last year. But on the long term it should go up until 5 billions, I think.
Mm-hmm. So how could these things take place? What I mean is what more money will be invested in resource stocks directly, do you think?
Yeah, more and more investors now understand how the resource stocks work. And also if the commodity prices go much up, the chance-risk ratio is much better to invest into the stocks directly than in the commodity itself.
Right, right. Now I also understand that Small Cap Magazine will publish an index. And tell us about the index for resource companies.
Yes, we will launch an index in our next issue of the magazine, and we will have the 30 best resource companies in Germany. So the international Canadian companies which traded in Germany.
Right.
And we have a look on the resources that they have NE 43-101 approved resources in the indicated category.
Right, right. Now, the index will help the whole market receive much more attention in Germany,
right.
wouldn't it?
Yeah. There are some stocks, they have higher trading volume in Germany than in TSX. For example, Commerce Resource or Columbia Yukon, they are sometimes traded 1 million and more stocks a day in Germany already.
Wow, that's significant. There's no doubt about it for a small cap company. Now, what are your plans at this time then? With
we have first we have a huge support of all newsletter writers and all newspapers in Germany for the index to establish the index as a trademark and a benchmark. And the further plans are that we negotiating with banks that we make some structures out of the index. So like a certificate that somebody can invest in the index, and also we have some sub-indices of this index.
Right. Now Small Cap DA also has a website, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Andreas, thank you very much for being here today and sharing your views on the German investor and the tremendous potential that exists for Canadian companies for their shares in the German share market, stock market. And again, I thank you, and I hope we will see you soon again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is Nicolaas, here on behalf of Mining Interactive. Thank you, and come again. Bye now.